Hey MTV, I'm Nina Dobrev, and you are in Atlanta on the set of Let's Be Cops.
What happened, man? How did we get so far off track?
What are you talking about?
Hey, did I see you in a commercial?
You did, yeah.
I have.
I have.
Genital herpes. What's up?
Let's Be Cops is about a couple of friends who become life losers. No jobs, sitting around smoking weed, drinking too much. And then they go to their old college party, which we think is a costume party. And we dress up like cops. And then everybody starts treating us a little differently.
Even the cops think we're cops. Do you know what that means? Sack up and go talk to her, man.
You right?
Yeah.
Great talk. This is the first comedy that I've ever done. I play Josie. She's sort of the only girl in the film. The boys are carrying it for me, and my character has a few moments.
One of us needs to go undercover.
I look like someone hit me in the face with Lil Wayne.
Oh, that's funny.
We're shooting the scene with Keegan-Michael. He's from Key and Peele. And he's hilarious. Very, very funny guy. Oh, Andy Garcia's great in the movie. We're really excited to have him. Rob Riggle plays a intense cop. You get to see a dramatic side of Rob Riggle, which is really cool. Which is awesome. It's been the most fun for me personally because I'm usually on Vampire Diaries, which is a very serious set. A lot of people dying all the time, a lot of blood. And this whole experience has just been hilarious. I haven't stopped laughing. I feel like I've gotten laugh lines just from being here. We're on the set of Let's Be Cops. I'm Jake Johnson. I'm Damon Wayans Jr. This is MTV News. Watch it. Bye.
And we were back live. MTV's Comic-Con Live continues with one of the stars of Let's Be Cops, Nina Dobrev.
Hey, how's
Always
it going?
good to see you, Nina. How's it
You
going?
too.
So you are no stranger to Comic-Con, but this is a bit of a different capacity. You get to both promote, obviously, Vampire Diaries, but be a part of this awesome, crazy comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically a veteran at this point. I remember my first Comic-Con, I wore like a Mickey Mouse t-shirt and jeans and flats, and now I'm like, every year I just like try to go bigger and bigger and bigger, but yeah, 6 years in. This year I have a movie to promote, and it's hilarious. The boys really did an incredible job. They're like the funniest people I know. So I'm excited to be here and like talking about this because it was such a great experience.
It's exciting too that, yeah, I mean, you mentioned we had 3 of them here today, and it's impossible to have a normal conversation with them because they're just always riffing and hilarious, to say the least.
I know, yeah.
And this is like this is like R-rated comedy. This is like, you know, edgy, kind of crazy comedy. Is it fun? Is that your comfort zone to be in that kind of thing?
Honestly, when we shot the movie, we didn't know if it was going to be R
really?
or if it was going to be PG-14 because, or 13.
Yeah,
what is
13,
it? 13. So, like, we had to do both versions. Like, we do the scripted version, and then they gave us a couple takes to just do whatever we wanted.
Nice.
And I guess the ones that we did whatever we wanted, they ended up liking the best, and it made the better movie, the funnier movie. So it became rated R, and I agree with the decision because honestly, I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's hilarious. And I can say that without sounding cocky because it's the boys' movie. Like, they're the stars, and I'm the girl, like the side girl, whatever. But it's a really funny movie.
Are you comfortable in that atmosphere? Because like there are a lot of like really amazing improv comedians in this, and I would imagine there's at least a fair amount on set of riffing and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was like the scariest thing on the planet. But I think once I got there and got to play around and got to know the boys, like I just sort of became one of the boys, and I just kind of played off of them, and the whole experience, you know, I'm not necessarily like the funny girl in the movie, but it's definitely, I'm addicted now, and I know what it's like, and I just finished another comedy a month ago, so I've definitely got the bug.
So obviously the other hat you're wearing here, Vampire Diaries, is always what we're, season 6, is that where we're at? I've lost count by this time.
Yeah, me too. Is it season 6? Yeah, totally.
So I mean, tell me where we're at right now, because a lot of people are talking about this as kind of like a reboot, kind of like of really major changes going on and kind of breathing a kind of a new kind of life into the show. Is that how you view it as well?
Yeah, I mean, well, for a few reasons. Damon died, Kat died, Elena is in college, and also they can't go back to Mystic Falls. Like it's like they're forbidden to go there anymore. So
Right.
a lot of things have changed. The dynamic has definitely changed, but it's still the same like heart and soul and
Right.
the same characters that you know and have grown to love.
What's your attitude about like when you first started the show in the first season or two, when like fan fiction started and you heard terms like shipping, which like
Yeah.
you know has only come into like the fore in the last few years? Were you kind of like that's weird or that's awesome when that kind of stuff started to develop?
Honestly, I didn't even know what shipping was. when I think Entertainment Weekly did like a cover about like the shippers. You know, they did 3 covers, and I was like, "What's a shipper?" It's cool. It's like it's really intense. I'm not gonna lie. I think our fans are probably the most intense fans on the planet in the best kind of way. But if they don't like something, they can be like,
let you know.
they'll definitely let us know. It's not gonna go under the radar.
Do they ever do it to your face though? Because it's easy to do that on the internet and to write whatever, good or bad. But I would feel like most people probably it's a lot of love for you and your character.
No, yeah, I haven't had negative experiences, but yeah, I've read some. Yeah.
It's all good though.
Yeah.
So the good outweighs the
Hey,
bad.
it's like, you know, the way I see it, internet is like high school on crack. Like we all dealt with bullying and all that kind of stuff in high school, and the real world is just like a heightened version of that. And
Right.
you know, I made it through that phase. I'm not gonna fail in this one.
Right. Does the intensity of, I would think when fans recognize you or see you, at some interactions have got to be, for them, this is like huge. To see you, to see someone that they connect to on that level, and like when you walk onto the stage here, there are going to be moments like that. Like when you have that one-on-one with a fan where it's like blowing their mind, is that comfortable for you? Are you able to kind of like put them at ease? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think I actually love that. Like, I actually prefer that because it is more personal and you can really take the time to spend, because it's so hard when you're out like at an event or something and
Right.
people are screaming and you go sign a few autographs, but like, that's not, I don't feel like they're getting what they want out of that, and
Right.
I don't feel like I'm giving them much of myself either in that scenario. So it's nice when you meet someone and they geek out, and then you sort of like have the time to say hi and hang out with them.
Right,
And
and talk to them like you would anybody, like a human being.
yeah, that's a real connection.
Yeah.
That's life. That's what it should be.
So were you, I mean, this obviously, as you say, you're a veteran to Comic-Con by now. If there's a consistency to this convention, it's really just like passion and love for anything, whether it's
Yeah.
comics or video games or anything. Do you feel like, I mean, you're an actor and you're somebody that a lot of people, put on a pedestal, but do you also feel kind of like you're one of them to a degree, because I would think you have your own passions and things just like these guys do.
Yeah, of course. I haven't forgotten the days when I was right there. I mean, I had never been to Comic-Con as a fan, but I had been to the Toronto Film Festival. I grew up in Toronto.
All right, sure.
As a fan, waiting outside of hotels to get a glimpse or an autograph of whoever it may be.
That's awesome. Were there any
I was
particular
like
that blew your
14 or
mind
15.
at that time when you were waiting and saw somebody?
Yeah, I saw Angelina Jolie, and I think I saw Brad Pitt once in Toronto. And so, like, I remember the feeling. I know what it's like. I know that when you love someone because of their talent and what they do, and you have a respect for them, you just, like, want to tell them that, and you want to express your love for them. Like, I totally get it.
Yeah. You talk about, I mean, you've been busy. We've talked obviously about a bunch of films in the last few years that you've been able to sneak in. I mean, making a TV show is it's a big commitment every year.
Yeah.
But obviously, you're in this for the long haul. You want to build a career of varied kind of performances. Are you content with the kind of stuff that you're able to kind of squeeze in? Because obviously, you can't just take anything because the schedule gets in the way.
Yeah, there's no way to. There's a lot. Unfortunately, I've had to I haven't been able to do a lot of things because of the show, but I have this amazing show, so I can't complain. But yeah, every year I've sort of decided to do something completely different,
Right.
which is kind of kept my passion and my inspiration going and kept me creatively fulfilled too. Between Perks of Being a Wallflower, which was, a drama, like a teen drama,
Right.
and then we had Let's Be Cops is like a rated R comedy, and the film that I just did, Final Girls, is also a comedy but with like a thriller twist. Everyone online keeps saying it's a horror. I don't think it's a horror.
Okay. More of just a tense kind of.
There's a horror film within the film.
Got it.
But it's not a horror movie.
Okay.
It's a comedy, but because it's like nothing you've ever seen before. I'm actually so excited for
Awesome.
it. I can't wait.
Or any of the kind of, I mean, do you dig the kind of the blockbuster stuff too? I mean, obviously, the headlines coming out of Comic-Con are going to be about the giant Marvel movies and Batman,
Yeah.
and Superman, and stuff like that. Is that your jam to a degree? Do you get into any of that stuff?
I would love to do something like that. It's just those huge movies take 6 to 8 months to shoot.
Literally,
When
yeah.
I literally, that's like as long as it takes to shoot a season of The Vampire Diaries.
Right.
So there's no way that I could do that until I was finished with the show. But I'm a big fan of that genre, which is why I want to do it. I love Marvel, and I can't wait to be like a Catwoman or a
That'd be amazing.
Mystique or something one day.
I don't know if you've heard like the rumors today, like they just said the next big hero of the franchise is Doctor Strange, and Joaquin Phoenix is rumored to be playing Doctor Strange.
I don't know anything about Doctor Strange.
Doesn't
so I
even matter,
can't-
but like the kind of actor that like they, you know, Joaquin Phoenix is doing a superhero movie. It's like amazing.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, that means I feel like superhero movies used to be maybe a little bit more like actiony and not so. There wasn't much depth to them. They
Totally.
just cared about the action. And now, with the Captain America, the last one that just came out, it was so funny, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of drama, and there was a lot of great action. But they're figuring out that like people want to see a smart movie with
Yeah.
smart characters, with people that you relate to, that have a soul, and that get to do really cool stuff.
Right,
and,
the
like,
cool stuff, but have actual relatable characters
Yeah.
and like great filmmakers. That's the key, I think.
Yeah, and great
right?
filmmakers. So I think they're definitely taking steps in the right direction, and it's making me enjoy the movies more. And I think that's what's making the great actors more attracted to it, because they can be creative and they can be, they don't have to just, like, it's not just about taking a money gig. Because,
Yeah.
you know, those
it's not
big
about
movies.
just like posing in a costume. There's actually some stuff to chew on.
But a lot of people, like, they take movies that aren't good because of the money.
Right.
But now you can
have
get a
everything.
paycheck and you can be creatively fulfilled, which is the best of both worlds, and
Yeah.
hopefully will happen to be one day.
You will. You'll get it. You'll get into some crazy costume, do something awesome, I'm sure. Okay, so in our remaining moments, this is a tradition that we've always done here on the MTV Comic-Con coverage. It's called Geeks and Posers. Don't be scared.
It's not a Spitfire thing, is it? I'm
a-
so bad at Spitfire.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Some trivia questions. If it's any consolation, some really talented actors have failed this miserably already, so you're going to be in good company no matter what. Here we go. Nina, can you finish this line made famous by Game of Thrones?
Probably not.
A Lannister always
I don't know.
pays his debts. Pays
Oh,
his
yeah.
debts.
See, now that you said it, I knew. I know.
See, don't assume you don't know. Do you know how much energy is required to fuel a flux capacitor?
What is that?
It's in Back to the Future. It's been a while. It's an
yeah.
older one.
I was like 10 or less, like
Probably
5
weren't
when
even
that came
alive,
out.
let's be honest.
What year did that come out?
85.
Yep, wasn't alive.
See?
That was 5 years before I was born.
Not even close to being alive.
Nope.
I am the oldest man at Comic-Con. Here we go. Who is the villain in the next Avengers movie?
Maybe me, hopefully.
Breaking news.
I mean, I'd love to, if they, please.
But you're too nice. You can't be a bad.
Have you watched the show?
It's true.
Do you know
Never
who Catherine
mind.
is?
I'm used to the
Don't
interactions
make me
here.
bite you. I will.
Don't do it, please. Be nice. Name the 3 Riddick movies.
Chronicles of Riddick, Vin Diesel and Riddick,
Vin Diesel and Riddick.
Vin Diesel and Riddick 2.
Perfect. Nailed it. Finally, can you give me your best imitation of Gollum?
My precious.
Nailed it.
I actually love Lord of the Rings movies. I read all the books. I learned Elvish when I was in high school.
Amazing.
I skipped school every Friday of every year that they came out. So
Our next interview will be in Elvish. We'll do it that way.
that was 10 years ago. I don't know how to speak.
I need to
anymore.
bone up too, don't worry. It's always good to see you, Nina. Vampire
too.
Diaries, as always, of course, continuing. Let's Be Cops, coming soon, very soon.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. Everybody's saying amazing things about it.
Thank you.
In fact, let's take a look at the trailer for Let's Be Cops, and on the other side, I think we're going to have Triumph the Insult Comic Dog. He's going to really be mean to me. I'm
Bye,
scared.
guys.
Here you go.